Is inZOI disappointing? Well, the game starts with cats, so let's give it some kudos for that right away. Ever since this new life sim launched, a game many in the community have already dubbed a Sims killer. Players have been leaving tons of feedback. And while the overall rating on Steam is very positive, some reviews do point out a few things that aren't working so well just yet. If you actually read through the comments, you'll notice a few recurring themes. One of the main complaints is the lack of action. Animations are slow, like really slow. It's realistic, sure, but sometimes it takes so long for something to happen that you feel like you'll age before your ZOIs do. Not to mention bugs and crashes. Understandable. The game is still in early access. But to be fair, the devs at Krafton are doing a great job pushing out hotfixes and updates quickly. They've even said they don't want to just hide behind the early access label. They're listening to player feedback and trying to improve constantly, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go step by step. The character creator is honestly really solid. There are tons of customization options. You really can create anyone you want if you have the patience. And if you don't, there's Canvas, the built-in platform where other players share their creations. And if the default clothing options feel a bit lacking, just take a look at how many variations are already out there. Once you combine them with custom textures, the variations are endless. Oh, and here's a little life hack. If you can't generate AI textures yourself, just like me, you can download a few outfits with textures you like from Canvas. They'll get saved to your My Textures tab, and from there, you can apply them to any clothing item you want. Genius. Build mode is promising, but kind of clunky. Wall placement is awkward. You can't choose between building a single wall or a quadrangle. It's always one wall or a room preset. And trying to stretch a room by dragging a wall either moves the whole wall off or creates a weird double wall. I still haven't figured out what causes what. Painting walls isn't super intuitive either, but the furniture style and architecture are genuinely cool. It all looks really modern, even a bit ahead of its time, like the game is designed to age well. I really like the vibe. There's even a feature that lets you add 3D models of your own furniture. I downloaded a few from Canvas, but yeah, still not sure how it works. Thought I was getting a food item. Turned out to be a giant person-sized salmon. Also, my stairs keep disappearing. No matter what I change in my house, even if it's on the opposite side of the second floor, suddenly my ZOIs just stand there, refusing to move between floors, and that's how I realize the stairs are gone again. So I have to replace them, every time. By the way, when it comes to editing public lots, that probably deserves a whole separate video. But just a quick heads up, you often can't build regular walls there. If you're trying to make something that feels like a room, fences are at least supported. Controls are another thing that takes some getting used to. I mostly had muscle memory issues. At first, I kept trying to move the camera with WASD, and instead, my character started walking, which totally messed with my brain. But once I got used to it, I loved it. Walking around as your ZOI in third person makes the game feel less like a traditional life sim and more like GTA. No joke. It gave me chills. This is literally what I dreamed of as a kid, Sims, but open world and direct character control. And now I'm in my 30s and it finally exists. Worth the wait. That said, after a few minutes of walking around town, you do start looking at cars and thinking, can I? And no, you cannot. This is still a life sim, not GTA. Probably for the best.
Triple prey.
At the moment, there are 2 cities to choose from, one based on a Korean metropolis, and one inspired by Santa Monica. A third, Bali-inspired city is in development. The game says you can't switch cities yet, but I really hope that changes. There's this locked building that looks like a future airport, doesn't it? If anyone knows more, tell me in the comments. I'll scream with joy if we can eventually travel. The devs have mentioned that they sometimes wish the game was more playful, more silly, but they're committed to realism, and it limits how wacky they can go. Some players miss that. But not me. I actually love the fact that the game leans into realism. I was secretly relieved to hear about that limitation. Not because I don't like cartoony styles, but because we already have plenty of those. I want something new, and this is it. The animations aren't jerky or awkward at all. They feel smooth and natural, and they never cross into uncanny valley territory. It's weirdly satisfying to just watch your characters exist. What's still missing? Do you also feel like the game is lacking real interactions? Between characters, with objects, with the environment, just more contact, more responsiveness.
You don't have to ask, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, same. That's exactly what I've been thinking too. You see this gorgeous ocean and you instinctively want to go for a swim. But nope, there's no swim option. Your ZOI just won't go there. Jet skis? Look great. Completely unusable. You can't even get a drink at the bar. At the beach, there's a volleyball net and a ball right next to it. But all you can do is hit the ball against your head. Still, there are some group activities. Football and basketballs can be passed between ZOIs, but you can't actually play a team game yet. The hoops work for individual shots, and the soccer goals don't work at all yet, but the foundations are there. Sometimes, if there's a boombox on the lot, you can tell them to dance together. For some reason, it only works with 2 other ZOIs, and they'll just start dancing right where they're standing, even if that's right next to a ZOI who looks like Johnny Depp silently judging them. Parties are a little awkward too. Right now, they feel more like forced office gatherings. At one of my parties, all my ZOIs just sat silently. One of them read a book. That's it. Not exactly the wild social scene I was hoping for. Sure, ZOIs can talk, but they can't multitask. Unlike in The Sims, they won't talk while eating or text during dinner. They just sit there and eat in total silence. Slowly, painfully slowly. If you invite multiple ZOIs over, most of the time they just stand around doing their own thing, completely ignoring each other. But weddings are incredible. It's easy to get the couple down the aisle, and the animations are adorable. They even wave to their friends on the way down. And yes, the bouquet toss is real. I've never seen that actually work in The Sims. Have you? These polished bits, the little touches that do work, show just how much potential the game has once the rest catches up. Even during parties, you can give characters small, scripted actions like greet guests. And when I tried it, my ZOI didn't just rush over to someone. First, she wandered around casually, like she was taking a stroll and soaking in the vibe. I don't know if that was intentional, but she did it in a way that somehow felt authentic. And texting is also well done. You can choose how to respond to messages from other ZOIs, positive, negative, or just ghost them. Relatable. As for life goals, they're there but a bit underwhelming. The rewards feel temporary and kind of basic, like donuts that refill your gauges. I'd love to see more permanent perks added, like faster skill gain or weird personality quirks, something to make the goals feel meaningful. And yeah, the world itself is beautiful, but a lot of it is still locked off. There's only one accessible building per type. One cafe, one police station, one park, one school, which is also somehow the university, and so on. Everything else looks amazing, but it's not usable yet. It's like the whole game is full of quiet hints. You get the sense that all these places, volleyball nets, cafes with stacked chairs, jet skis, even the travel agency that sends you weird little messages, aren't just for decoration. I'm pretty sure those tickets to heaven other ZOIs can gift you are basically code for, soon the airport will open, you'll be able to travel to other worlds. They're placeholders, promises. It's like the whole game is gently whispering, just wait, we're not done yet, everything will come together. And I'm willing to wait. That's everything I wanted to share from my first few days with inZOI. I think I covered it all, but if I remember more or discover something new, I'll definitely be back with an update. In the meantime, I really want to know what you think. Is inZOI what you expected? And what would you love to see added next? Let's talk in the comments.